Lightweight bout. Kaynan, I don't know, it's a really tough day. Kruschewsky sitting at minus 230 against Dylan Mantello, sitting at plus 165. 7-2 for Mantello, 14-1 for Kaynan. 32 years of age for Kaynan, 30 years of age for Mantello. A couple inches in height for Mantello. He's a pretty long dude, so I'm interested to see what his at reach actually is. But this one should be a fun fight, I would say. Probably one of the more entertaining fights on the card. Both guys pretty solid stand-up. A bunch of submission wins for Kruschewsky. You look at his fights that he had in the LFA, which was the only fight he's had in the LFA, which is kind of weird. It was back in 2021. Usually if you put up performance like he did on the LFA, you probably get another fight back. Nice left hook, cold cocked him. And then since then, he's had a no contest in Aries, gone into jungle fight, and got 3 straight wins, all by finish. So the guy's got a good amount of experience under his belt. Dylan Mantello, he's had an interesting career. I mean, he's fought Dennis Hughes twice. He's fought John Ramirez twice, so that's interesting. He avenged one of those losses against John Ramirez. He's a Sarah Longo guy, and we'll see if he can come in here and pull off an upset. What are you thinking?
Yeah, the one thing I noticed with Dylan Martello when I watch both of these guys on film is Dylan's probably the more technical striker. Will want this fight on the feet, in my opinion. He might be okay in the grappling department, but it's definitely not what he's going to want to look to do in this fight, especially fighting Kaynan, who does have it will be the better grappler at least. The one thing, though, with Martello that I noticed I don't really like is if you watch some of his fights in Eagle FC, he's kind of slow on the feet. Like he kind of reminds me of how like Padilla looked this past weekend. Like he's taller, longer, but it just kind of slow and lackadaisical with the striking, whereas Kaynan kind of has that more aggressive brawling style. He might not be as technical, but he's really winging those shots in there. Like you said, that left hook that dropped the dude. Like he's got power, and he's shown he has power. I think he's going to have more power than Martello here. So I could see him marching forward and just kind of melting Dylan Martello here. Martello at plus money might look decent, but I just think there's going to be a speed advantage. I think you're going to tell that Kaynan's way more aggressive, and I think he'll be the better grappler too if the fight goes there. He doesn't have the best takedowns in the world, but as far as being on top on the ground, he's pretty good, or at least he seems to be. So, yeah, for the pick, I'm going to take Kaynan. Still, though, Martello could come in. Maybe that was an off fight, and maybe he's been improving and comes in and looks really good on the feet against Kaynan. But I see Kaynan just being a little bit too much for him at this point.
I would think so, too. For Dylan Mantello, just not really that impressed with the level of competition. Like, he lost to John Ramirez, who's 5-5 at the time. Then goes back and beats him. Beats Dennis Hughes, who's 7-4. I think he's like 7-6 now. It's like,
yeah,
it's not like he's starching these dudes either. Like you said, it doesn't look like some massive power edge or anything that he's going to be bringing into this one. He did just corner his teammate Charlie Campbell this past weekend in Vegas, so there is that. He'll hopefully try to get it done for Sarah Longo once again, but I'm going to go with Kaynan Kruschewsky for the pick. Got the submission ability, and I like his stand-up as well. I don't think it's anything crazy, but I think it'll be good enough to deal with Mantello on the feet. Maybe he looks to take it to the ground and get a sub. So he'll be my pick.